Okay guys, we just need, before we go out for the start of the day, to check that these bolts are nice and tight on the bag, okay? So that one's nice and firm there. If it's loose, sometimes this will move up and down and the bolts will work loose. So you need to check these before you start, a few hours into the day, and again towards the end of the day, just to check that it's tight, okay? When you do it, make sure that this bit stays still. If it starts to move, hold on to it, just tighten that side, and then tighten the other side, and keep changing over as you do it so it's done nice and evenly. If you do one side too much, this will start to move and you end up over tightening it. Again, just do it so it's nice and firm to the touch. Don't pull it really hard, otherwise you'll break the thread on the bolt, okay? Okay, when you're parking up the bike to hand out leaflets or just take a break, you can use this wheel lock. Turn the key and lift this lever down and the wheel locks like so, and it just stops the wheel from moving backwards. Then you can take the key out ready to park up. Okay, so the next step is putting the wheel onto the trailer. Always put the wheel onto the trailer first, it makes it much easier to get the trailer onto the bike later on. Okay, so we just need to undo this clip here, like so, it just levers off, pull it out, and this is going to slot into here. We've got to line up the two holes with each other, okay? So there's a hole on the wheel and a hole on the trailer. Once we've got those lined up, again, just put this pin back inside there and then stick it up the other side. Okay, so now we need to attach the trailer to the bike. This bit's already attached to the bike with the bolts as we saw before. What you need to do now is make sure the bike is lined up against a wall or resting on a railing, just so the bike's not going to move too much. For the purposes of this video, I've put it into a bike stand. Okay, so we just need to undo this clip here like we did earlier on the wheel. Line these two bits up. It should just slide in. Sometimes it can be quite firm to push in. Make sure the two holes are lined up inside. As I say, it can be quite fiddly, so don't worry about that. And then we're just going to put the clip through the holes again and just fasten the clip like so. Okay, now I'm just going to show you how the trailer works with the bike. If you turn the trailer 90 degrees, this will freestand by itself. It's in the trailer in the stand at the moment, but this will stand by itself as you go through the day. Okay, you can park up the bike like this and hand out leaflets and it'll stand by itself. Okay, we're just going to go through putting the banner into the trailer now. Okay, so we're ready to put the banner on the trailer now. So we're just going to get this cable tie. We want to use the flat end facing away from us. Push it into the hole there. Put it almost all the way through, and again on the opposite side, push the flat end away from you, push it into the hole. Pull it most of the way through. Okay, so now we're just going to have the clamp underneath the top of the trailer, and we're going to wrap the cable tie around the top of the trailer. Ignore the hole here at the top, we don't want to use that. And just wrap it in there, pop it in there as so. Okay, we're just going to tighten it up. We want to leave about a centimetre gap at the top from the clamp towards the trailer, okay? And we're going to do the same on the other end of the clamp. Okay, and we just wrap the cable tie around as we did with the other side. Again, just leaving about a centimetre gap. Make sure the gap all the way along is even. Now all we do is roll out the banner, ready to do the same at the bottom. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the banner now. We're essentially upside down with this clamp here, so we need to have the cable tie with the flat edge facing towards us as we put it into the hole. Again, push it most of the way through, just makes it a little bit easier when wrapping it around the trailer. Same again for the other end, flat edge towards us. Okay, now we're going to wrap it around the trailer like so. We're just going to wrap it on loosely at this point. as the knobbly bit of the cable tie comes towards the underneath of the trailer, just rotate it round towards you so the knobbly bits keeps coming towards you, okay? And we want the knobbly bit to finish at the bottom of the trailer if we can. If it goes round towards the back, you'll find it quite difficult to get it as tight as you can later on. So just keep pulling it towards you. We'll do the same again on the other side. Okay, I've just done that one loosely again. Okay, now we just need to make sure that the banner is centred in between the trailer, okay, so it's nice and even and looks nice and neat. At this point we can now tighten it a bit more each time, just tighten it a little bit more, okay? So do it nice and evenly, one bit at a time. And then we're going to go to the top and do the same there. Okay, so now we're at the top again, we're just going to tighten the cable ties nice and tight. Okay, again, just do it a little bit on each side. You'll see it'll start to get the banner a little bit tighter. As we get tighter, what you want to do is just clamp it with your hands, pull the clamp up towards the top of the trailer, and then you can just tighten that a little bit more. Again, same on the other side, just tighten it and just keep doing that as much as you can. If you've got everything nice and square, you've got it square into the trailer, you've put the clamp on the banner nice and evenly, the banner will be nice and flat and nice and even, and it'll look nice and neat on the trailer. Okay, the next bit of what we're going to do is just take the cable ties off here. What I want to do is just take 2 inches off at the top on both sides, and then we're going to cut another one again. You'll see why shortly. We're doing it this way. Leave about a centimetre and a half exposed so we can so it doesn't pull through. Okay, and at the bottom, just going to do one cut, leaving a centimetre gap, and I'll show you what we're going to do with these pieces now. Okay, so we want to have a professional finish to the banner. It's got to be really straight in the trailer, so there's no ripples and it's nice and straight. Okay, so what I mean by that is that there's a nice even gap either side of the banner between the trailer, so it's set in the middle. Again, at the top, we've got a little gap at the top here, but it's even all the way along, so it's not skew width. Okay, that's why it was important again before to get the banner into the clamp evenly all the way across at the top and at the bottom. If any of these things are not done correctly and the cable ties are not pulled tight evenly, then it will make it so that it's not straight. It will have ripples in the banner and it will flap around and won't be pulled tight. If that is the case, I'm afraid we'll have to start again and do each stage a bit more carefully, more neatly. I know it's a pain, but we've got to make sure that's nice and neat and it looks professional and a nice finish. Okay, so the connection here can sometimes be a little bit loose on some of the trays, and it allows the tray to move around a bit too much than we want it to really. So cable ties that we cut off earlier said to do 2 cuts, and you'll see why now. The top of the cable tie is slightly narrower at the end, so we're going to just pop that in. Again, have the bike nice and upright, trailer behind the bike. If we push the trailer away from us, that'll create a little bit of a gap at the top here, and we're just going to slide that bit of cable tie in there. Okay, and what we're going to do now is at the other end, pull it towards us, and it'll create a gap at the bottom, and we're just going to slide the cable tie in there as much as we can. Try and get it in as far as you can so you've not got a big piece of cable tie sticking out here that doesn't look very neat, and that should hopefully reduce some of the movement. If you feel there's still a bit too much, there might be a little bit more room to get another one in there at the top. Okay, again, push it in as much as you can, and that just stops the movement. You'll find it will make it look much neater, so it stops it flapping around. It's less of a hazard, so it's not going to hit anybody, and it just makes it a little bit easier for you when you're cycling around, that it's not pulling you around. Okay. Next thing is to attach the leaflet holder to the bike, very similar to how we put the banner onto the trailer. So just feed the cable tie through the hole, pull it most of the way through. Same again for this one. And then just pop it into the middle of the pannier rack. Another fiddly one here. ties just loosely there. This one. Have it so the knobbly bit is out of the way, so when you put your leaflets in, there's plenty of room. Okay, reasonably tight. Then we're just going to cut the tops off, again leaving a centimetre gap just so it doesn't pull through, and then we'll do the same for the front one. Very similar for the front one. Feed the cable ties through, pull it most of the way through, and then it's just going to go onto the front of the handlebars, okay, right in the middle. When you wrap the cable ties, make sure you don't pull any of the brakes or the gear cable, okay? Just make sure that they're free. Again, wrap them round. This one you're going to have to do it quite a bit looser because it'll pinch on the handlebar here. If you do it too tight, it'll lift up like here and you won't be able to get it back down, or it'll split the plastic here. So reasonably firm, not too tight. And again, we're just going to cut these off and then we're good to go. Once you've done that, put your leaflets in there at the start of the day. Make sure there's always leaflets in the leaflet holder at the front and at the back throughout the day. That's all there is to it. Now we just need to attach the pannier onto the bike. Just these two clips here that go over the top of the holder. Have it towards the back so that it doesn't catch it on your pedal. Just attach these two clips here. That's all there is to it. Now we just need to fasten the bag up nice and neatly. Pull it up nice and tight, just poke in there so it folds, same again there. Wrap it up nice and tightly so it stays neat and it's waterproof. Pull this strap over here, there's just a little clip on this side and that's all there is to it. If you want to take the banner off, the pannier off, just yank this handle and it releases the clamps like that.